This is a glitchless speedrun of Schedule 1, and I hope you enjoy. And then the speedrun starts right when we wake up. Once we wake up, we check our phone, list some stuff for sale, then grab the can and trimmers, fill the can all the way full because we're going to keep using it. Now water these crops just once because that's all we need, and then we're going to run outside to the payphone to talk to our cool uncle. Once we do that, we're going to talk to this mechanic because there's a quest for it later, so we can get it out of the way now. Now we're going to grab some of the money that our uncle left around for us. We're going to grab 2 out of 3 stashes for now, because once we grab the third one, the RV is going to blow up. So we're going to have to wait a little bit just before we do that. While we're over here, we're going to head over to the skateboard shop, get ourselves a skateboard. Then right after, we're going to steal the money right back. After that, we're going to go to the ATM and deposit everything so we can then buy some materials. Then we're going to ride our skateboard backwards to this basketball court to grab ourselves a bat that we're going to beat up cops with for extra XP, and the vending machines and ATM machines for cash. Once we head into the shop, we're going to buy 2 tents, 4 things of soil, 1 trimmer, 10 baggies. Then we're going to place some of the stuff here just so we have some room to grab some stuff from the RV. But we will be back later to get the rest. Then over by the motel office, we're going to hit some machines to get some little extra cash. And then we're going to come over here and hit these cops. And hitting them is going to give us wanted, dead or alive. So we're going to have to evade that to get the XP. Now other cops are going to come and say hi, so we're going to remove them so we don't die. And then once I finally kill these nerds, there's also another ATM right behind us. And then now, slowly, we're going to start making our way back to the RV. But on our way, we're going to be hitting up a bunch more ATM machines. And also kook machines. Definitely can't forget those. Now you may be wondering, when does this speedrun end? Well, since there isn't an actual ending to this game, we're just going to be going until the final main mission of this game, which is we need to cook. And that is making meth. So we're going to be doing all the quests up until then. Once we get to that point, the speedrun will end. Now in this building right next to us, there's another guy that we also have to talk to. That is part of the same quest as the mechanic, and there's going to be another one at the car dealership. And now we're on our way to hit our last 2 machines. After that, we're going to talk to the car guy, and then we'll be back at our RV, and our OG Kush should be ready. Now right about here is when we're going to get our first text from Kyle, asking for some, the good stuff. We'll then accept it, and right after we're going to start trimming up our OG Kush and then start bagging it up, and then we'll be on our way back into town to collect as many customers as we can. But first we're going to be taking all this stuff because we're going to need it, and throw away 1 OG Kush just because we're going to have 1 extra left over, and we aren't going to have any room for it because we're going to be taking as much as we can from this RV before it meets its doom. Now once those are all bagged up, we're going to head to the other plant to give us 8 more OG Kush to give us exactly 20, and then we're also going to be taking this equipment as well. Now after we take these, we're also going to be taking the shelf, and then we're going to bag the rest of the stuff, and then we'll be on our way. Now once that's all done, we're going to remove our trimmers so we can then take the packaging station. Don't worry, we bought some trimmers at the shop, so we will take those later. Now we're going to head right over here so we can collect the final stash and see the RV go boom. Now, of course, we have to go and investigate the explosion and check out this note saying there are people out there that don't want us here. But we don't care about them, so we're going to keep going on with our speedrun. But also, we're going to take a quick stop right over here to say hello to some cops. But also, while we're over here, we're going to check out the payphone because our cool uncle has some cool news to tell us. Then we'll start making our way into town to start giving out some samples and get some customers into our bag. Now our first stop is goody old Peter, just right around here. Gotta do some cool little tightrope crap. Say hello to Peter and give out our first sample. Now as we wait for Peter to decide what he wants, we're going to head over to Chloe, give our next free sample. We got Peter, that's pretty nice. Now Chloe, I believe, is a 75% chance to get her. Now, if we don't get these customers, yeah, that's okay, we'll get them tomorrow, but there are a few that we really need, because they have their friends that they'll recommend to us, which is definitely what we want. Now, this cutie here is one that we really want because he often takes quite a lot, and that's a big old money maker there. Now we're going to head over to Ludwig over here. Ludwig we definitely want, because if we don't get him, then we can't get Mrs. Ming today. And if we don't get Ming, then we don't get Beth. And then, you know, if we don't get Beth, then we don't get whoever's next in line. It's just a big old train that we would like to keep going. But luckily, we got Ming. We're getting pretty lucky. Now over here, we have Beth. She's a little more tough than others. She's a 65% chance of getting her. And also at this moment, we're going to get our second deal from Sam. And then after that, we're going to head over to the barbershop. Maybe we can hopefully find Penny. Sometimes when I get over here really quickly, she just doesn't spawn. I don't really understand it, but I'll be back in a few minutes and to come say hi to her. Then we're going to head over to the motel office and claim our motel and also hopefully get Donna as a customer as well. Now once that's done, of course, we're going to head into our room, set all of our stuff down. Then after that, we're going to head over to the shop and gather the rest of the stuff that we bought and put them all in here. Oh, and throw this TV away too, because it sucks. Now we're going to grab all the stuff that we left here and also just quickly buy some 20 baggies. Now we're on our way back to the room so we can place our tents and put our soils in them. Once we put in one, our uncle is going to be telling us about a supplier that is in the area that can get us some weed. And once we take this call, we're going to have to text this guy asking for some weed. And then we've got our third deal as well from Ludwig that we should do. Now we just gotta wait for the drop to happen. In the meantime, we're going to be collecting up some more deals, do the deals that we've been collecting, and also steal back from Kyle, because we're cool like that. Now we've also got our fourth deal as well, and then after that, we're going to go and do our deal for Sam. Now once Sam is taken care of, we're going to head inside, find Penny, and hopefully get her as well. Now we're going to go over here and do these two other deals. Now becoming friends with Ludwig is a pretty good idea because he's probably going to be our main way of getting into contact with Benji, the first dealer. Now we're not going to be using him a whole lot, there's just a little bit of a quest where we have to use him for just a little bit. So now we'll head back to the motel to plant the rest of the soil. Now once that's done, we're going to head over to the shop, maybe take a peek at Donna, see if she wants to go on a date or something. She's probably going to say no, but we'll go to the shop, get some baggies, get some good stuff, you know. Now we just gotta deposit some more money because we have none in our card. And also at this moment, Kathy has decided she's a little hungry, so we're gonna set up this deal with her. And then right after that, we can buy ourselves some more baggies, 40 to be exact. On our way back home, we get notified that our D-drop has been placed somewhere, so we're gonna go back and drop off some of these baggies so we have room to go and pick that up. Usually I prefer the drop to be a bit closer, but it's no biggie. We'll grab that, go get that final deal with Kathy, and probably end the day from there. Now, after my little deal with Kathy, I decided like, hey, maybe I should probably steal that back, which I do in fact get. Now you may be wondering why we need so much XP. Well, one big thing is of course get more regions to get more customers, like specifically Meg and Jerry, because they'll help me get access to the pseudo supply, which would then will be one big thing I need to make weed. And then another big thing is that I have to get Hoodium 5, I believe, to unlock the warehouse. There's a quest where I have to get in the warehouse and get all the equipment and some more materials to also make weed. Now I just ordered some more OG Kush also right before this, so it'll be ready for me in the morning. And I'm going to water these crops real quick, and I can have them ready to be in the morning, and I'll be ready to go. Now once I'm all done with that, I've got to go outside and talk to our uncle once again, and that should be all that we got to do for the first day. Yeah, I head back inside and I call it a day. And that's it for day one. Now I grab my trimmers and start grabbing our OG Kush that just grew overnight. Now once I'm all done with that, I gotta start bagging all 40 of these and head outside and start doing with my day. Now once I'm all done with that, I've gotta take the station and the 2 camp tents and place them in the room that Mrs. Ming is going to sell to us, because there's a quest where we just have to place those in that room. Now we still need a bit more money for that room, so we're gonna sell something to Jessie real quick, and we do get something from her. Now we're going to go and buy this and probably sell 1 or 2 things to Ming. Sadly she declines, but we can accept this deal from Austin. Then we can head up to the room and place the furniture. Now after I do this, usually Peggy is walking right by or in her building by this time, so we could quickly sell something to her. Usually she takes quite a bit, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, she just took 8 from me, which is definitely really nice. Now I'm going to be heading over here to talk to our uncle once again, and then our next quest is to either become friends with Chloe, Ludwig, or Beth. It's probably going to be Chloe or Ludwig since I've already done one deal with both of them. And then I'm going to take some better trimmers, which is always going to be nice. Now I'm going to head back to the motel room and place all my stuff back, and then go out and probably do some more samples with some new customers, and then also get that new D-drop so we can plant some more things. Now, just like what I was saying before with the train, if we get Joyce, we'll get Keith, and if we get Keith, we get Jerry, and if we get Jerry, then we'll get Dean. I think that's the end of that line. The next we'll head over to like the other part of town, get Dory, whatever her name is, Doris, and Meg. And there'll be Kim, and then Charles, and I believe George, and there's a bunch. But yeah, hopefully we can get all of them today. That'll be really nice. Now I really hope I can get either Jerry or Meg today, because if I get at least one of them, and then start becoming friends with them, then I can eventually really quickly get access to the pseudo supplier, which would be very nice. Now since I'm over here, I just go ahead and picked up this OG Kush that's been sitting there, and since we got Keith, we can try out Jerry. Hopefully we get him, and if not, we can always try for Meg still. And if we don't get either of them, it might be best to like reset the speedrun. But we got Jerry. I'm trying to give him an extra deal just right then, but no. Now since we got Jerry, we can go ahead and get Dean, and we can head over to the other side of town and get Doris and Meg. But before we head over there, I want to quickly go and plant these seeds real quick. But I realized I forgot to buy some soil, so I'm going to quickly run over there and get some soil, and probably some baggies too, and some crap. I get 8 things of soil, which is all I need for the rest of the run, and then some more baggies that will definitely last me quite a while. And then I'll head back and plant the seeds. And on our way back, I set up a deal with Peter. Usually he also likes quite a bit, so I set it up quite high. And then I'll head back inside and get the soil in, and then we'll head back out, do some other stuff while I do some deals. And then once these are full, I want to put my seeds in them. And then I'm going to head over to Doris and Meg, and hopefully I can get them. Now after organizing all over, I'm going to head outside, and instead of going to Doris and Meg, I'm going to head over here, pay off my debt, and do these 2 deals that I have just sitting here. Yeah, and I paid my debt here, and then from here on, I'm probably not going to be mentioning whenever I get another deal, because now I have a ton of customers, and I'm still going to be getting even more pretty soon. So, I'm probably not going to be mentioning every single time, like, oh, here's the next deal, you know. But I'll probably mention when someone important gets a deal. And then we got Peter right over here. Now my stealing game has not been pretty good. I failed it right on Austin just then. And I tried again here, and as you can see, in a second, I messed it up. And it's kind of a hard one. There's like 8 of them right in there. He calls the cops on me, which is fine. Actually, I kind of like that because we need that XP. I also kind of forgot that we have Kim now. So we go ahead and talk to Kim. And we go ahead and fight these cops that are right over here. Alright, they're over with. Now we can finally head our way over to Doris and Meg. And hopefully we can get Meg just for that extra chance of getting that, you know, that pseudo dealer. And of course, there are more customers, meaning more money. Now at this point in the run, I'm pretty like, what is going on? Because I haven't missed a single sample. I even still got Meg, and I do a quick deal with her so to see if I can get, you know, the pseudo supplier a little bit earlier. Now I go and head back in this direction just so I can talk to Charles, because I'm looking for a few more friends. He is one of the 2 customers that I can still acquire for this entire speedrun. The only person left is George, and if I get Charles, and I do get Charles, and then I head right over here just to get my little OG Kush that I got. Probably going to switch to green crack pretty soon, and that's probably all what I'm going to be selling for the rest of the run. Now we got a couple more deals over here. Gonna try with Sam. Gonna try stealing from Sam actually. I should be able to do it because it's a small amount that he has. Now this next little bit, I'm just gonna be collecting up some more deals. And there's also one thing I should mention, George. I kind of forgot about him a little bit until the last day, and he definitely comes up in clutch. So, if I were you, I would wait till then, because he really helps out a lot. Anywho, now we get the green crack, and we continue on. Now with my boy Gerald here, I play it a little risky. I gave him 1 less, which is definitely risky because if I miss that, then I just miss out on a whole good deal. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but I did it anyways, and I still got it, which is fine. But yeah, now on this next deal, as I come up to it, I kind of realized that it was a good thing that I kept 1 from Gerald, because this deal would have a 60% chance of succeeding, because I would have 3, but since I kept 1, I had 4, so it's 80%. So if I didn't do that, I might have would have failed this deal. And plus I steal it back anyways, and I can do my next deal easy. Now I want to get some PGR, so I deposited some more money. I want to get 8 of these bad boys, and of course, some more baggies. Because that's all we need in life. Now here, we finally get into contact with Benji because we came close with Chloe. And I also tried to steal it back so I can do that other deal with Ludwig, but that did not happen. So now we just gotta wait for my OG Kush to finish growing. It should be about 80% now. I could use speed grow, but it's already like 80%, so I might as well just wait and do some minimal other things while I wait for it to grow. Alright, after waiting a little bit, maybe watering one watering can, the OG Kush is ready. Now I just gotta quickly get this out. Now after packaging all this crap, I go ahead and say hi to Penji, and I give him all that I have, and then I take it away to leave him with 3 just to complete that quest. And I give him at least 3 customers so he can complete his quest and then move on to the next quest. And we'll move on from there. And now next, I'm just going to get the rest of my OG Kush and bag it all up and probably plant what's next and finish the deals for the night. And then probably just finish the day. Now after packaging all this stuff and doing some deals, I'm gonna head outside and finish these deals and head to sleep and continue on the day tomorrow. Alright, I just completed my last deal. I set up a couple for tomorrow. Keith really wants something, but he kinda is not too happy, so I had to put him to sleep. After I did that, I'm going to do the same thing to these cops because they don't like me having a late sleep schedule. Like, bro, I like my late night walks. Leave me alone. Now, anyways, I want to go ahead and go up here and get my green crack. And then that should be it for the night. Oh, and kill these losers too because they suck. I go ahead and grab the crack. I plant them. Then I water them with some good water. And then it's bedtime, and I go me. And then of course, once I wake up, I go and trim all the stuff, and I bag them all up. And I also gotta replace the soil. Then once I'm finished with everything, I go ahead and go out and do these morning deals and take care of them. Now here, I kinda get a little crazy with it. I do once again, like I did with Jaron, I do one less. But I try to steal it. And guess what? This time, I did it. I got it. That's crazy. Now I just pay off my debt again because I'm probably going to order 1 or 2 more things at Green Crack for the rest of the run. And I come here to do the next quest, which is to buy a mixing station. And then after that I gotta go to Go Mart and, get some mixing appliances and put all that stuff together. Just for the next few quests, and then after that, it's pretty simple. I place the mixing station, I run over to Go Mart, I then realize I have some deals that are about to expire, so I quickly run over and do those, cause they're in this area. I give Kim a high five, then I play tag with the cops, again. I shuffle my way over here to give Dean his deal, but then the police spot me with their invisible binoculars. I try to hide behind it, but I don't think that's possible, so I'm forced to just run over there and go and smack their crap. And then after, I can go ahead and give Dean his deal. And then after that, I go and try to give another deal to Keith, but bro, he is just not liking my crap. Like, why be a customer if you're just not gonna be a customer, like, bro. And I go and take this little side route because the cops keep playing eye tag with me and I don't want to play. And then I go and take my green crack, and then I plant. Then I give it some water. Now after this, I go to order some more green crack for the final time, and I also notice I have the purple weed unlocked. Meaning, I either have the warehouse almost unlocked, or I do have it unlocked. So I just have to wait till 6 p.m. and I can go in there, grab all the stuff, and start cooking up the meth. And now since the warehouse is really nearby, I gotta make sure that I get this pseudo really soon. And I just remembered that, like, oh, I have a deal with Meg. If I do that deal, I will unlock the pseudo supplier. So I gotta do that pretty soon, at least before 6 p.m. Anyways, I can finally go here and get the mixing ingredients that I need. I usually buy 3 or 4. Sometimes I do need 4 because there's a quest where you have to mix up worth of $60 or whatever. Sometimes I need 4 to do that. It's usually like 2 or 3, but I get 4 just in case. And I start to hit these cops just to make sure that I really can unlock the warehouse. So then I head into the little mixing area, and then I just realized right when I was about to walk in, like, oh frick, I need an unbagged OG Kush or green crack, whatever I have. So I go in here to quickly unbag that, and then I'll be back. And then once I get inside, I put together my first mix, a banana and the green crack, to then get ourselves some Aspen Death, put that back in with whatever I just put in there. And then while I wait for that, I go and make a quick call with our uncle, and then we come across the quest mix a strain worth at least $60. So whenever that gets completed, that's when I know I've done enough mixing. And then just right after 2 mixes, I made enough. I throw the donut away and drink the coke. And that's when we come across the biggest quest, earn $10,000 from deals. So that's gonna be one big thing that's gonna be on our mind for now. And then I go ahead and just use that little leftover bag and put the new drug in there, because I might as well just sell it, And then I got all these deals I gotta start figuring out. I first head over to Meg because, And then I realized I probably shouldn't test any chances with her. And so I just do 100%, and then I order the pseudo. I just gotta wait for that, and we golden. And then I actually decide to give Kyle the special drugs. I think he'll really like it. I give some stuff to my boy Austin, and also my other boy, Peter. And then we got Joyce, and also our pseudo just arrived, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that right over here. So we get ready to use that when we need it. And next we just wait in front of the building because we have like 8 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we go ahead and open the place and get all the other crap that we need. But first, before anything, we gotta talk to all the 3 guys in here. Him, and this guy right down here. And then this guy over here, which is the guy that sells the 2 tables we need, and the acid and the other crap that we need. And then right after this, we should use the chemistry station to mix all of our stuff together right away, and then finish all these deals that we have, and try to go to bed as early as we can, so we can start cooking it up in the morning, and then finish the 10K quest, and then we should be done from there. So I gather all ingredients, I put in the pseudo first, then the acid, and then the dark, weird looking ketchup, and then I start mixing, and then I start burning. Now onto the deals. First up on line is Charles with 5 green crack, then Chloe with 3, Ludwig with also 3, and then Sammy Boy with 3 once again. And then finally for the rest of the night we got Peggy with a 50% chance because I only have 2 things of green crack. Silly on me. Now we're gonna head straight to bed very quickly because right in the morning we gotta get straight to cooking a methy. Now we replace the chemistry station with the lab oven. We throw the meth on there, cook it up, and right when we push cook, we're given a 6-minute timer for us to earn $2,500. Now we gotta cut up all these. There's a little bit extra because we use the PHG or whatever the frick it's called, and we gotta get these deals out, boy. Now I do in fact plant some more green crack just in case we don't have enough. It's just a possible chance, but just in case, because I don't want to run out and then just the run be completely ruined, because this is a really good run. Now after I spend 2 whole years bagging all the stuff, I go ahead and start running outside, finding whoever I can to give these deals to. Now we just have to make 2,500, starting with Jerry, giving us 250. I go to check on Dean to see if he wants anything. Nope. I go to check on Chloe. I can't. I go to check on Joyce. Also no. Now as I'm waddling up here, I just remember George is a human in this game. Now I run away and like, wait a second, hold on. Boy, I need to give you something. I need to give you a big old deal. I give him a little over 20. Because this boy, he loves it. 67% chance and we get it. That's $1,000 right there. And now we got Mick to give us a little bit extra. Now after one deal with Donna and one more deal with Kathy, that leaves us with about $800 left to go, with nearly 3.5 minutes left on the oven timer. We then come across one more deal online, and we also get Jessie running right past us, and she, you know how she be. She loves drugs. Give her about 8, I believe, and that's 344. Now we got like $400 left. Bro, we got this. We got this. Easy. We also give Kim a little bit of a shot, and she says yes. Now we have about just $100 and 2 things of green crack left. That should be just enough. Just exactly enough of what we need. So we're going to quickly find one more person out there, just somewhere, and we should be good. Even though I could find one person to take my 2 green crack, I do go and get 1 thing of speed grow, and a few more baggies just in case. I go and put the speed grow on this green crack just so I can confirm my deal with Doris. And with 50 seconds left on the oven, I should be just okay. I gotta bag just 2 of these, do that deal, come right back, and I should be absolutely chilling. I slowly walk up to Doris, give her the 4 that she needs. That is all. All the rest of the quests are completed. The last one is talk to our uncle. And now we're gonna wait the last 20 seconds of this oven. And I wanna sit here, do nothing, maybe smoke something while I wait for it. 14, 13, 12, 2, 1, and she's open. Smash that boy. Pow pow. And that is time. 48.50. I'm pretty proud of that one. I don't know if I can beat that. I don't think I can do it again. Getting every single customer first try with the sampling. That's crazy. Anyways, that puts me at first place. World record. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you. See ya.